Gamers are now athletes. PewDiePie has abs. Tfue is on steroids. Esports orgs hiring sports scientists to take their gamers to the next level. We're talking about gaming and fitness. You know the dead horse we're going to beat one last time at the start of this video. Gamers do nothing but play video games, eat Doritos, and inject game fuel directly into their bloodstream. This has been the stereotype for gamers for years. Colin Cowherd, one of the original hosts of ESPN on Sports Nation, threatened to quit sports reporting if he was ever forced to cover it. Too bad ESPN already fired him for being racist. I will say, in the year 2021, esports is pretty widely accepted, especially after a year and some change where we saw many cancellations and delays of most of the sports leagues in the country and in other countries, while esports just kind of kept chugging along. This video is not about the argument whether high-level gamers can't be considered athletes or not. What I want to investigate is the approach some of these gamers and esports organizations are taking when it comes to fitness. When we look at a day-long tournament of high-level chess, players supposedly burn nearly 3 times the calories than the average person consumes in a day. This is attributed to an increased stress level during tournaments, causing breathing to increase, blood pressure to rise, and muscle stiffness. This claim is a bit out there. It comes from Robert Sapolsky, an American neuroendocrinology researcher. Hope I said that right. It would make sense that playing a long, stressful, high-level game of chess would burn more calories compared to someone doing a menial sedentary task, since our brain does use glucose for energy like the rest of our body. But I think the claim that chess players burn nearly 3 times that amount is a little out there. If we look at esports, depending on the game and tournament style, some players will have nearly 3 straight full days of competition, making endurance an important quality for maximum performance, especially in more technical games where the APM or actions per minute is in the range of 100 plus actions per minute. Revelations like this in gaming and esports showing no signs of slowing down have players and teams trying to maximize their performance in every way they can, including through fitness. I'm not just talking about high-level esports and fitness in this video. While esports teams are doing it for specifically performance reasons, we are seeing more and more popular gaming content creators prioritize their physical health. While these gamers might not be on the same level in terms of skill as top esports players, they normally have similarly strenuous schedules. Streaming, recording long hours where creators have to consistently entertain and interact with their fan base, it can take just as much of a toll on them as their esports counterparts. With all that out of the way, let's dig in, figure out how many push-ups we need to do for each death in Call of Duty, and find out why gamers are putting on lean muscle mass. If you don't know already, PewDiePie is shredded. At least that's what people were spamming online when this photo of him was posted by his wife, Marcia. Remember my girlfriend sending me this post, and it was probably the 3rd time I had seen it by then. So it was really going around, it went viral and all that. I'd seen quite a few fitness channels cover it. Enough attention was brought to it that PewDiePie did his fitness review, or his, I think that was what it was called. He explains his past with fitness, how he tried to work out before, but how he really didn't know what he was doing, how he started doing his research. He read books about fitness, found this basic dumbbell workout plan online, and then how he started training to failure instead of just training without any other goal in mind. He cleaned up his diet. He has an actual real mindset when it comes to his fitness goals. And he got his protein intake daily to a proper amount compared to what he was at before. And he saw a lot of good things come out of that. It helped him with some anger issues he was having. He saw a very net positive from all of those actions. For someone who is self-taught when it comes to fitness, this is a really good video and supplies good information in my opinion. We had something similar happen with Tfue as well, but it feels like the opposite lesson was learned, if anything. I mentioned Tfue at the start of this video mostly as a joke, because there was that whole shitstorm about if he was on gear or not. which he basically scoffed at, which is fine because it's like he really doesn't have to answer to anybody if he doesn't feel like it. But he made some comments about like he claimed he could have put on 50-60 pounds if he was on gear, on steroids, on anything, like. And then he said he put on 15 pounds of lean muscle while burning fat in that 6 months. Both of those claims just being pretty out there and pretty crazy, not really realistic, especially when you're, the things you're saying are being absorbed and interpreted by a young, impressionable audience. I guess my whole point is I feel like PewDiePie's message of fitness is a little bit better for someone to see than Tfu's. Jacksepticeye is another person who had a pretty recent fitness transformation. He got into a regime with working out with a friend, and he started eating better and everything, and he had pretty good results for only a 2-month time period. But if you look at what he says in both his Twitter thread and his Instagram post, he's not unfamiliar with fitness. He's worked out in the past. He's done lifting and just exercise in general in the past. He has a solid understanding of it, so he kind of just got himself back into the swing of things. And it kind of shows how fitness is sort of this thing that you can pick up and you don't really lose it, and you can get back into it pretty easily as long as you have that basis to go off of. Other notable gamers when it comes to prioritizing health and fitness include Bajira. He's a WoW streamer. He's also a natural bodybuilder. He does nearly daily workout streams on Twitch, and he also does WoW streams and everything. He has a very good mindset. I very much enjoy his content. He's a good person to look at for pretty good information and just a good mindset on lifting. There's Zaryu. He's a streamer from TSM. He does regular workout streams, and he practices mostly calisthenics. I remembered seeing one of his, I found him from an Instagram post, I think gained some traction because it was kind of a transformation thing, or it may have been a YouTube video. I don't remember for sure, but he just seems to have a very healthy, good mindset about fitness. He's just very dedicated. Then we have Hugo, gaming and YouTube streamer. He's a host of a podcast called Pumpcast, which talks about the connections between gaming and fitness. And he actually agreed to do a call with me to talk about this mindset a bit, so we'll jump into that. Cut this and go to that. I'm actually not going to include the conversation with Hugo in this video because I didn't direct the conversation very well when we had it, specifically for using it for this video. We had a very good conversation, and I am going to actually post that separately. But when it came to framing it and editing it into this video, I didn't feel like I could condense it enough without losing context. It's my fault for not making it clear with the questions I was asking and everything. Still knew this stuff. I'm still very glad he agreed to do this, to do a call with me in the first place. I'm going to post that video, and some of the stuff we talked about in that I definitely have used to help make this video better, so I wanted to say that. Thanks.
Gamers, pro gamers. We're talking about the last one.
Esports is huge. If you look at just about any major esports team's website, almost every single one has some kind of wellness coach or trainer on staff, or they're looking to hire one. Hell, Fnatic has hired 3 sports scientists with plans to hire 5 more over this year, with plans to study and observe how sleep and stress levels impact the performance of their 60 gamers across their Fnatic teams. A lot of teams have offered these sort of benefits, aka they have not been a mandatory thing for a few years now, but as we've seen esports growing, we're seeing this sort of become as a more integral part of the entire process. Complexity, a team that was purchased by Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, applied this philosophy to the 2 rosters under Complexity. They moved them to Texas, where they would practice in the same facility as the Dallas Cowboys. They were taught about nutrition, fitness, mental health, how to talk to the media, and more.
They're going to talk about time management. You're going to talk about physical fitness. You're going to be talking about eating right. You're going to be talking about making sure that you're in healthy relationships, talking to the media, growing your brand, a number of different things.
Jason Lake, the CEO of Complexity, describes their current era of esports as esports 3.0, where players are still practicing just as much, but teams are investing more into the quality of life of these players in hopes of improving their overall performance. A study posted in the publication of Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise had a study where they had 20 young gamers complete a special task in League of Legends right after completing a short bout of hit cardio or a brief rest, which they administered on different days. The results seemed to show that during the sessions post-hit cardio, the gamers had been performing better in total number of targets eliminated as well as accuracy. I'd say take this sort of information with a grain of salt. We need more studies into this, like for this correlation between exercise and gaming performance. Like the study even admits this. There's not a whole lot of studies connecting this sort of increased performance yet, or there's not even many studies trying to link this increase in performance to one another. Being healthier or in better shape probably won't make your common gamer a significantly better player, but for these top players, it can help them play their best for a longer period of time. And when you're playing at the highest level, small optimizations and improvements can be the difference between losing or winning a match. Kind of coming to an end of this video, while esports and gaming content creation don't necessarily require physical fitness to be successful, implementing some kind of fitness plan can allow for high-level players and content creators to gain a greater consistency in their work, whether that be performing on the competitive stage or creating intriguing content for people to watch. This kind of mindset could likely be applied to anyone's life and lead to improvement. For me, I take fitness and health seriously. I attend college online and I work in the IT field full time, where most days I sit all day without moving much. I make it a priority to get up and move around when I can. I work out regularly and I eat well and drink a lot of water. While I do find enjoyment in working out, it also helps me to have enough energy to do the other things I need to do and want to do. It's part of the reason why I've wanted to get into content creation and everything. It's part of the reason why I have any of the energy to be able to do this sort of thing. Well, hey, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, leave me a like. I'm going to be making more content. Thanks again for Hugo for doing the interview with me for this video. Make sure to go follow him on all of his social medias and all that stuff. I'll have that linked in my description. Yeah, subscribe if you like the content. Have a nice day. Goodbye.